Hey everyone, and welcome to the Jim Thomas Gym Funding Explainer, powered by MaxMembers.ai. This one is for all of you out there. Gym owners, operators, managers, salespeople, you name it. Entrepreneurs, personal trainers, this is for you. Today, we're going to walk you through a fantastic white paper from Jim Thomas. And really, our goal is simple, to give you some real, actionable insights you can put to work right away.
And listen, right off the bat, I want to talk to those of you looking to open a new gym or maybe acquire an existing one, or you just need some working capital to get things moving. We can help you find funding options up to $500K. The best part? It's unsecured and there are no restrictions on how you use it. You can check all that out at fmconsulting.net. Okay, with that said, let's dive into the core of the problem, shall we?
Okay, section 1, the gym owner's dilemma. And we're starting here for a good reason, because this is where that pressure, that stress, really starts to build for so many gym owners. So as we get into this next bit, I just want you to ask yourself one little question. Does this sound familiar? Because I have a feeling it's going to hit home for a lot of you. You know what happens when cash flow gets tight, right? We all do it. We go into defense mode. We start delaying improvements. That new equipment can wait. We stop promotions. Maybe we can't afford that marketing push. We avoid hiring help. I'll just work a few more hours myself. And the absolute worst one, we just kind of hope the numbers bounce back on their own. But let's be real. These aren't strategies. Not at all. They're just gut reactions to financial stress. And this right here is so important. I want to be crystal clear about this. Your gym doesn't fail because you don't care or because you're not putting in the hours. No way. It fails because that cash flow crunch, it always seems to hit at the exact wrong moment. The moment you actually need to step on the gas and move faster. It's just a brutal timing problem. So naturally, you go to a traditional bank for a loan. And what happens? They say no. And you're left wondering why. Well, this really breaks down that fundamental disconnect. See, banks want things that are super predictable, super low risk. They want years of tax returns, strong collateral. But the reality of our world, the gym world, it's membership churn, it's seasonal revenue swings, it's intense local competition. So a no from the bank, it isn't personal. It's not a verdict on your business. It just means the gym industry doesn't fit neatly into their very rigid, very specific box. All right, let's move on to section 2. And I want you to pay close attention here because this is the real turning point. We're about to talk about a powerful mindset shift, one that can honestly change the whole game. And here it is. This is the absolute core of the whole thing. Most people are stuck thinking, oh, I need money because I'm in trouble. But what if you flipped that? What if you started thinking, I'm using capital to create momentum? See the difference? It's about going from a place of defense to a place of offense, from reactive to proactive. This really just sums it up perfectly. Funding doesn't have to be a rescue plan, a life raft you grab when you're sinking. Think of it as a growth weapon. It's your jet fuel. It's not about just surviving. It's about strategically getting ahead. Okay, so if that new mindset is clicking for you, let's get down to brass tacks. Section 3 is all about your gym funding toolkit. We're going to look at the actual tools you can use. So first things first, what does it take to qualify? Well, it's probably more accessible than you think. You need to be in business for at least 6 months, have a business checking account, and bring in over $25,000 a month in gross revenue. But that last point on the list, that's the real game changer. No minimum FICO required. I mean, think about that. That is huge for so many owners who have solid revenue, but maybe their personal credit has taken a few hits along the way. So, tool number 1 in the toolkit, the working capital loan. This is your go-to for speed and flexibility. Let's say you want to run a massive 90-day marketing campaign to bring in new members. Or maybe you just need to cover payroll for a bit while your sales catch up. This is the tool that's designed for exactly those kinds of immediate day-to-day needs. Next up, we have the business line of credit. Now, think of this as your financial safety net. It's brilliant because you don't take all the money at once. It's just sitting there, ready for when you need it. So when that air conditioner inevitably breaks in July or you hit a slow month, you can draw from the line of credit instead of panicking and cutting your marketing budget. It lets you keep that forward momentum no matter what. And then, of course, there's equipment financing. And this is so critical. Why? Because your members and especially your prospects can feel old equipment. It totally affects that first impression on a gym tour, and it can absolutely kill your close rate. This tool lets you make those crucial upgrades to the facility and the member experience, all without draining your day-to-day operating cash. All right, and that brings us to our final section, section 4, using capital like a pro. Because let's be honest, getting the money is just step 1. Knowing how to use this strategically, well, that's everything.
I want you to think of this slide as your personal gut check, your litmus test. When is funding a smart move? Well, it's smart when you have a crystal clear plan for how you're going to get a measurable return on that money. When it's an investment. When is it dangerous? It's dangerous when you don't really know where the money's going to go, or worse, when you're just using it to plug a hole in a sinking ship instead of actually fixing the leak in your sales process. Okay, let's make this super practical. Here's a real-world example. Let's say the problem is my gym just looks tired. The equipment's old, first impressions are bad, and you know you're losing sales because of it. So what's the solution? You use strategic funding for some fresh paint, maybe some new turf, and a few key equipment upgrades. And the result? Well, your tour close rate goes up, your members are happier, so retention improves, and your revenue starts climbing. See? The investment actually pays for itself. And we're putting this number back up on the screen for a very specific reason. If your gym is doing $25,000 or more in gross revenue every month, listen to me, you have options. Real options. Your growth does not have to be a prisoner to whatever's in your bank account today. And let's wrap up with this final thought. Honestly, this one sentence captures everything we've talked about. The gym owners who stay stuck, they're always asking, can I afford this? But the owners who are growing, the ones who are winning, they ask a totally different question. They ask, how do I make this pay for itself? That right there, that's the whole shift, moving from a cost mindset to an ROI mindset. So, if you're ready to stop reacting and start building a real funding plan that works for you, I want you to reach out to Jim Thomas directly. You can call him at 214-629-7223 or just shoot him an email at jthomas@fmconsulting.net. Also, a big thank you to our sponsor, Gym Business Manager. If you're looking for the best gym software out there, you've got to check them out at gymbusinessmanager.com. Thanks so much for tuning in.